Hi guys, this is AC Gamer back with another video on Snowbreak. Now, from the title, you guys are probably thinking, wow, look, another content creator about to say something negative about Snowbreak. However, I think it's very important that we make this clear that there is some issues in this game that does need addressing, does need some fixing. If not, the effect of that could be very huge. So I'm gonna jump in on top of all the other stuff content creators have been talking about, some of the issues that the devs need to fix, to also basically just tell you why it is simply important that the devs do need to change this. I'm not going to be, okay, obviously other content creators have come up with different points like the stamina, the gacha system, the co-op, the logistics, a bunch of other stuff obviously. So I'm going to go over why it's important to talk about that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more content on Snowbreak. I would like to hear your own opinions as well. This is just not a one-way discussion. I want to hear a lot of people's opinion down in the comment section, whether you agree or whether you disagree, or some of the changes you also want to see the devs implement. Because right now, I can say I don't like the direction this game is going in. Future AC Gamer here. I just wanted to say that this is not me doom posting, so I will talk about some of the negative stuff and some of the impact it could have to the game, but I repeat, it is not me doom posting. I just want to say it's simply important that we recognize the issues in this game, recognize the discussions around this game right now. And I also want to say that this game has potential. Like, out of all the games to come out, this has untapped potential and can definitely be one of the best games out there, simply because this is an untapped market for this type of game where there's waifus and there is shooters. Now obviously you can say Nikke got us a victory, but that isn't a real shooter or proper shooter. This is a 3D shooter game with waifus, and they have not tapped the fullness of this. Like, this game has potential to reach so high because this is a market that there is no other games for that has such amazing quality. However, with how the game is being handled right now, that quality or that potential has not been reached, and I do see this being very like heartbreaking. Honestly, that's all I can say. So enjoy the rest of the video, and like I said, don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell me down in the comment section your opinions. I feel like one of the biggest issues right now in this game is simply the bad energy around it right now. Right now, a lot of people are just talking about some of the issues in the game, and obviously that is not me saying that it's bad to talk about all the issues in the game. I'm not saying that. I feel like it is very important we talk about it, but it's also important that the devs actually listen and come up with a dev note and say they are listening to the community and they are going to fix this issue, and each point they're going to be fixing on. And that's why I think it's important that the devs get on top of this right now, or the energy around this game is just continuously going to be as negative as it is right now. Now, one of the main criticisms being said about this game is the gacha system, the 50-50, and the lack of digicash, which all ties in well together. Now, 50-50 in general always has a negative connotation. Half of people like it and the rest, the other half, hate it, which perfectly suits the name 50-50. People hate it, people enjoy it. Now, for me, I think it's a decent system. However, if the lack of digicash, I feel like the lack of digicash, is the main issue in making the gacha feel absolutely horrible. Now, 50-50 has worked in other games, but obviously they try and give out as much premium currency as possible to facilitate the 50-50 gacha, and even if they don't, you can still feel like you can pull the next character. If you have to skip this character, that is fine. However, it feels like in Snowbreak you spend a lot of time to grind out, you do your dailies, you do a lot of stuff, but you just feel like you get no reward, or you feel less rewarded with the amount of effort you put in. You're expecting a little bit more, so the gacha aspect of it feels very crappy. Now, many people are going to say, well, this is just a bunch of people complaining about gacha or the gacha elements, they should just leave. Now, do you know this is called a gacha game? Snowbreak is called a gacha game. Many people do not reference it as a mobile game, which is key, because gacha games means that the core aspect of this game is the gacha element. Now, if majority of the players dislike that gacha system, it doesn't mean the majority of players are wrong. It simply means the majority of your players feel like your gacha system sucks. So therefore, it clearly shows there is an issue. So 50-50 in general works well some games. However, if you don't give out enough resources, it's going to make the gacha feel absolutely garbage. So they can go about it two ways: either remove the 50-50 or give out more digicash, or they can also remove the 50-50 from the weapons. Don't forget, we have 2 banners we have to be summoning for. You don't necessarily have to summon for the weapon, but in general, summoning in this game does not feel right, and it does not feel good. It doesn't feel rewarding. Everyone just feels crap every single time they summon. Now, I have got lucky, which is a core aspect of a gacha game, but I will not lie, this aspects needs to be changed. I don't think the devs will do it simply because no other game has ever done it, but it is going to be something great if this is going to be the game that finally breaks that mold and decides, okay, our players do not like this system, so let's go ahead and change it so that you can, have a positive atmosphere around your company as well as future games you have, and it also shows that you are willing to listen to your player base. Now, obviously, many people want to say that this is a greedy ask, that we're asking for something greedy, and how is the devs going to make money? Well, by changing some of the hated aspects of your game, you're going to get a lot of people to start liking your game a lot more. Take a look at Brown Dust 2, similar situation with Snowbreak in terms of advertisement. I have seen 0 advertisement for Brown Dust 2, but why is it more popular than Snowbreak? Why is it earning more? And why is the atmosphere around the game a lot better? Simply because the devs are listening. Every single week, it feels like we get development notes, a bunch of free summons, and even if the devs are not advertising the game, the players will literally go out and advertise the game. Whereas in our area, the advertisement is non-existent. The players that are actually playing the game do not feel like advertising. In fact, they go out and say, yeah, the rate sucks, which basically deters every other future players from playing this game. It is very important that we sort out all of this key negative issue around this game, and then we start advertising this game. Now, like I previously mentioned at the start of this video, this game occupies a market that doesn't have any other game to compete with. This game has waifus and it is also a shooter, which is a combination for absolute greatness. But for some reason, they are not hitting the right spots. And I can absolutely say the main issue with that is the advertisement, the promotion. So the second part of this video is going to be me talking about the advertisement and why currently right now is a major setback to this game. Like I said, this game has a market that they can easily occupy. Now, I have seen 0 promotion, like since the start, even before the game was released, no promotion. I saw a bunch of people talk about this game during like TBT and whatnot, but even the people that talked about it during CBT did not even cover it once it released. Like I've seen a bunch of content creators do that, which is understandable. Maybe they themselves didn't know the game was released, or they didn't see this game have a lot of buzz, so it didn't feel like a great investment for them to transition their accounts or their YouTube channels to covering this game. So with the fact that we saw no ads, newer people are going to be harder to get, or newer players is going to be it's a lot less likely to get newer players to enter this game. Now, I'm not going to tell them to advertise the game right now because it would be a terrible idea. Do not advertise your game until you have fixed this issue, because the issue will just become a lot louder. A lot more people entering your game after you advertise it. They see the same issue. The voices will keep growing and growing and growing, thereby it's going to go against your promotion, because you're promoting the game to get more people to play the game so that you get more people dropping money in there. But the people you're getting in will realize some of the issues right now and voice that out, and then it's going to cancel out all your promotions. So it's simply important that before they even try and improve the advertisement for this game, they fix this issue. The main #1 issue that everyone talks about is the lack of digicash. Now, digicash is a summoning currency, and I am not gonna lie, I do understand. Now, when I calculated how much digicash we got, it came to my attention that some of the weekly stuff seemed really good. However, some of them are actually bi-weekly. So in terms of like the amount of digicash you get, if you do like the base calculation of all of this, it seems very good. However, like I said, bi-weekly doesn't refresh every single time, so therefore you're losing out on digicash. You play so much in this game, but the digicash you get in return is just not good enough. I know they buffed up the amount of digicash you can get from story, but I ain't gonna lie, that was still not enough, because he only basically gave you like 1 multi free, literally, from all the increase they did to the amount of to the oldest story. All I got was literally 1 multi from that, and I still think it's horrible. So you spend a lot of time in this game, you do a lot of content, but you don't get enough digicash, and a lot of people are feeling that overall it equals terrible player perception towards this game. A lot of people are going to say this game is very, very unfree to play friendly, even though I still think there is some features in there that a lot of games don't do, and I think they should do, like the ability to farm 5-star characters. The shards, you can farm it every single day and eventually be able to max out the character. It's going to take you a while, but it is a good system. However, with the lack of digicash, you can't even pull the 5-star character you want. Now, some of the other issues we talked about was the lack of stamina. Now, I feel like they could easily change this, just reduce the stamina consumption in game, because honestly, okay, after you summon the character you want, it is so hard to build that character. It's going to take you days before you can finally utilize this character. That is a horrible, horrible system. Why is it that when you get punished for pulling a new character, technically, you pull this character you extremely love, but now you have no resources to work on them, you can't actually use them in game, so now you have a character that you spent your luck was either great or you spent a lot of money in to pull this character, but now you have to wait for them to be useful. That is a horrible, horrible system. Now, obviously this can be implemented by just either increasing the stamina overall, or reducing the stamina consumption so we can farm a lot more easier. Now, it's totally understandable why the devs are trying to limit the amount of grinding or progression we can do, but I feel like we are handicapped severely. Severely. Even the new characters we pull, we can't use them. So I have Sirius over here. I can't build this character up because to build this character up, I will have to ignore the other characters I use that are my main clears. That means I can't go ahead and test out this character, or I can't see or use this new character that was released. So therefore, the new update becomes pretty much useless, because now it's going to take me like half the update to be able to use the new characters. So overall, it just doesn't feel that fun to do. So stamina is a major issue. What else is there? Co-op. I feel like co-op is way too easy. Like, it's not a bad thing to have it easy, but when everyone feels like it's too easy, you need to add some type of difficulty level for co-op, or improve co-op where everyone needs to actually co-op together, if it makes sense. Like co-op, you just go in there, shoot, blah 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 blah, easy, clear that. They need to add some type of level or new type of co-op system. I actually do like co-op feature in this game. I feel like it's a perfect system in this game. So I feel like they need to include a lot more co-op aspect in this, so that this game can also be like a game you can play with friends. Like obviously co-op, we can do that with friends, but at a point when you get to the is it called Digilink? Yeah, so after reaching, oh, I have 4 days, I need to do this. After reaching all the way to the end, there's no reason to do co-op, and it's done. So I feel like they should also had a little bit of incentive to farm co-op. Maybe some of the stages we have right now in like operations can be co-op farmed as well, and it gives us extra rewards, so it incentivizes people to go into co-op. So the whole co-op aspect in this game, I would love to see expanded more, because it would be extremely fun. I love the 3D aspect of this game, able to move with my characters, shoot with the characters. Extremely fun game. Now, with the lack of advertisement, I want to go back to advertisement. With the lack of advertisement, I can say they are not hitting the right people in terms of, I've seen, okay, I went into App Magic, which tells us which region spends a lot in games. So I went over and took a look at every single shooter game, and the main region that was spending the most was always the US. Now that could have been because China, the Southeast Asia have their own different application, but what I can see, they should have a lot more markets in the US. So they're not hitting that advertisement, they're not hitting the people there. So I went over to App Magic, which I can do right now, and I hopefully should include the pictures for you to see. But I believe like only 14% is from people from the US. So take a look at Snowbreak. Okay, so yeah, there's two different Snowbreak versions, the Chinese one and whatnot. So I'm taking a look at it. 32% is from Japan, the people spending, 29% from South Korea, and only 18% from United States. Now if I go over, actually let's take a look at the other version, which is the Chinese one, I think. So we see China. Oh no, it's the same one. Oh, is this like a, okay, this is 56% from China, 21% from Japan, 10% from United States. Another clear example that they're losing audience from the United States. United States should easily give them a lot of money. So if I go over to Call of Duty, there we go. Now, obviously, Call of Duty Mobile is a straight like FPS game, no gacha element, but 50% of people spending are from the United States. Now, Call of Duty is earning over 20 million. 50% from the United States, 14% from Japan. Now, Call of Duty Mobile also has the Garena version, which also, I believe is like is that the Chinese one? I can't really find that actually, but I'm pretty sure you get the other people spending there as well. But I will not lie, they have a lot more markets in the United States, and they are not hitting that market simply because of no advertisement. Trust me on that. So let's find any other FPS game. Go over to Pixel Gun, which I don't know if anyone's interested in that, but Pixel Gun, United States 56%, earning about 500k. Japan only 9%. So like I said, with the poor advertisement, they are not hitting the right people. If they advertise this game well, I can guarantee you, after they fix all of this issue, I can guarantee you this game is going to be a lot more successful. So to all the people who are feeling like all the discussion that content creators are bringing up right now it sounds a bit hateful or sounds bad to the entire longevity of the game, it is simply important to know that if all of these fixes are done, this game will become a lot more successful. You wouldn't have to worry about people quitting, because they are quitting this game because of the gacha element. It's just simple as that. So yeah, if they do fix up on all of this issue, they have a market. They have an untapped market. There is no FPS game out there with waifus that like this at all. They have a untapped market they can basically consume. And just like Genshin Impact, when it became very successful, was simply because it was an untapped market. What's called MMO games, the MMO open world game like that, with actual high quality, a lot of dedication from the staff. That was the only game available for that. So a lot of people jumped straight into Genshin Impact because of that reason. And right now, if anyone is looking for an FPS game with waifus, obviously you can recommend Nikkei, but that's not an actual shooter game where you're moving the characters like 3D. This would be the game I would actually recommend, but I can't faithfully recommend it right now, simply because I know for a fact that people will enter it and then later on quit, go out and tell people that this game sucks, and then we lose out on potential people joining this game. This game literally can succeed. It is guaranteed. They just need to advertise. They need to fix all of this issue. There's a lot more issues that I haven't mentioned right now, but I feel like this video is going too long. But there is a lot more issues that the devs need to fix. They need to talk to the community as if they care. I maybe it's because I've played Ground Dust 2, you've seen how the devs literally, give developer notes every single time. This is something that the devs need to do, because I see this game being very, very successful. It's just the issues with with some of the decisions in this game that is affecting the success of Snowbreak. Simple as that. Now, if you guys still think that the way people perceive this game isn't a main issue, take a look at Tower Fantasy. That's all I have to say. Obviously, Tower Fantasy is a great game, but the whole general consensus, or people say every single time, or the main thing that people say every single time, is just trash. Which right now, Tower Fantasy has that name trash embedded into it. No matter how how much great changes they do, a lot of people will always say Tower Fantasy is trash. It will follow them for a very, very long time, even though there's some great changes and whatnot. But obviously the game still has flaws. But at the end of the day, that name will follow the game throughout. So this is a very, very key, important moment for the devs. They need to change some of these aspects. I haven't seen any game change the gacha rates before, but they could be the first one to do that. Just like Genshin Impact was the first game to monopolize the 0.6% trashy rate for gacha games, and now every game wants to copy it. Be the first to make that change, and a lot more companies will be willing to follow you in your stead as well. So overall, you could be the main company to change your game to fit the consumers, and make a lot of people enjoy your game even more. A lot more positive discussion around your game. The community right now is a little bit dry. Go over to Reddit, it's so dry. Completely, it could be improved in my opinion. Discord is fun though. That's all I can say. It's been about AC Gamer. This isn't a rant video or a hate video. It's just me trying to tell the devs that they need to change this. It's as simple as that. This game has potential. Out of all the games I've played this year, this game has potential. Huge potential. And and it kind of hurts me to see the game being this way right now. It's been your boy AC Gamer. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more content on Snowbreak. Sorry about this long video, but like I said, I'd like to hear your opinions down in the comment section. It's been your boy AC Gamer, and I'm out.